I want to have a baby.
He's quiet though.
Junior? You mean twins?
No, Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he gets pregnant.
Twins was the one with him
Danny
and
DeVito.
Yeah.
Did I just combine two?
Apparently,
because I did think that was where he got pregnant, but somehow Danny DeVito was in it.
Was like the baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Hello, listeners. Episode 19. Something Moose Knuckle Podcast, WordPress.com. I beseech you to tell a friend. We would greatly appreciate it. I know we did have some good listenership, then we took that break and it kind of fell off. So
basically, you and Brian did your thing, and we lost fucking everybody.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. We actually had decent numbers still with that, even though I heard people didn't like it as much, and then we took that like month or 2 month break. And
what are decent numbers? Just out of curiosity.
I don't want to say on here. I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
But they're
secret numbers.
Well, no, it's embarrassing. I'll tell the numbers once we have.
It's not embarrassing for a dinky little fucking podcast.
All right.
Look,
so like
one is impressive because we're nobody.
For me, this started out as, hey, I got time to go do some shit, hang out with the guys and drink.
So like the first 6, we had like probably close to like 25. Actually, it's more than that because if you check, I told you that the Stitcher numbers don't add into that. So probably the first 6 were probably around like 30 something, right? And then the ones with me and Brian, we had I don't think people care about this though. But anyways, we had around 20 again, and then we took that break, and now we're at like 10 per episode. But I thank those 10 of you who are listening, and if you would tell somebody else. But
Hunter's mom stopped downloading it 9 times.
We do appreciate it though. Thank you.
I really hope she hasn't heard me say some of this stuff 9 times.
Let alone once.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, but fuck it, the microwave thing.
Yeah.
Can't stand it.
All right, so what is that? These guys are over at my house, and Steve thought it was 10:10 because he looked at the microwave and it just says 010. And then he realized...
I'm going to interrupt real quick because this is exactly what we're talking about. I figured out immediately why it says that, and I have looked at it no less than 10 times since we've been here because it's bothering me.
Right?
See?
Right? You don't even have to deal with it. But literally, I sit my computer's directly next to this microwave. And so every once in a while, I'll just look over, like, go to make popcorn or something because I have that right next to my computer as well because fuck moving. So I just turn to the left and boom. And I'll just look at it, I'm like, why can't I get this to work?
Numbers and
God damn it. So my wife, she'll put things in for 2 minutes and 45 seconds and then take it out like 15 seconds early. Why not just 2 minutes and 30 seconds? No, that's too much. Even though you take it out 10 seconds early. I love my wife, but...
I wonder if there's a thing where people get stressed out hearing the beep. Like the anticipation or something. But yeah, I can't fucking stand that.
Is it that hard to push the cancel button?
See it say 0.15 or whatever, and I'd have to hit the fucking reset or some shit. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I have the same thing with like caller ID. Like I have to clear it out instead of it saying missed calls.
Oh,
don't you have something that like auto clears?
I'm not talking about on my cell phone.
You still have I guess we still have a landline. Even though my wife never uses it and nobody ever calls us on except bill collectors, we still have a landline.
No, I never give it out as my number, but there's still people call it every once in a while.
No, it's even better. This number is my wife's...
Is it girl?
No, it's my wife's grandmother's number from 30 years ago. She got it after it had been inactive for like 15, 16 years. So she got a standalone voicemail at the other phone company and then ported it over just so she could have that phone number. And
it's like that's
telephone
number heirloom,
right? That's kind of weird to me, but whatever. Like it doesn't really affect me. But we still get called by people looking for her grandmother. That phone number hasn't worked in at least 15 years, and people call up and say, "Oh, is so and so there?" I'll be like, "No, she hasn't been for 15 years."
Let me put her urn next to the phone. Talk very loudly because she can't hear you.
Like, what? Why would you keep trying? You've spent 15 years of getting, "Thank you for contacting this number. This number is no longer in service. Please check the number and try again later." It's like,
yeah, what would make you think the same person like didn't have it for 15 years.
Oh, they just haven't paid their bill for 15
Oh, wait a
years.
second.
Yeah.
It's not like her grandmother had this number and she went and got it and then kept it.
No, it's been
like,
inactive for like 15 years.
She went and got that number available and was like, "Ooh, my grandmother's number was this." All right. That's weird.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, but
Don't
whatever, right?
Steve, don't you kind of have that with like bail bondsmen? This is my dad's bail bondsman.
That's what I tell him anyway.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, actually, it was his great-grandfather's bail bondsman.
That's an old ass fucking greedy white dude.
Just so you know, great-grandfather bail bondsman, because of the fact of his Hispanic background.
Wait, no, it's not. Steve's great grandfather's only like 53.
Exactly. That's my point. It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. No, I was telling somebody about that the other day because they were.
Wait, is your great-grandfather actually 53? I believe it.
What?
No, weird because somebody was saying, like, why isn't Steve here or whatever? And I was like, oh, because his daughters. And they were talking about, oh, his daughters are up here. And I was like, yeah, if he keeps the pace, his daughter keeps the pace up, his mom would be a great-grandmother like 56, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Because
she
had you at 18, right?
What's 36 and 18?
Well, no, it's 18, 18, and 18. So that would be
54.
30. Yeah, 54.
Yeah. Fuck, we are great at math. What's 18 plus 36?
Greg, if you hear this, ignore that.
What up, Greg?
He listens sometimes.
Oh, okay.
He likes the sports stuff, he told me.
I'd hit it.
Jesus
Greg?
Christ. I'm not even gonna go there. There's a lot I could say, but let's not scare away our one viewer.
You wouldn't? He's quiet. Think about that one. He's the quiet type.
Your kids would still be half black and half white, Luke.
Fuck, they would. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like my son's gonna be to the point where it's like people aren't gonna be sure if he's maybe. I can't actually say this, but I get the feeling people will be like, "Are you?"
No, yours and Greg's kid would still be half black.
No, I understand that, but
He's
my
talking
son's
about his actual.
So now you're thinking about you and Greg having kids.
Oh yeah, totally. Because you've seen the movie Junior, right?
I
want to have a baby.
He's quiet though.
Junior? You mean twins?
No, Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he gets pregnant.
I thought
Twins was the one with him
Danny
and
DeVito.
Yeah.
Did I just combine two?
Apparently,
because I did think that was where he got pregnant, but somehow Danny DeVito was in
was
it.
like the baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's be real. Like, pretty much anything that involves Arnold Schwarzenegger not shooting someone can pretty much be forgotten, with the exception of Kindergarten Cop.
What about Jingle All the Way?
That can be forgotten. That really should be forgotten.
That was him in Sinbad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that shouldn't be forgotten for is how to not make a movie. That is a prime example of a terrible, terrible movie.
Oh, but anyways, what were we? Oh, your kid.
Fucking Greg.
God damn it. No. So my kid with my white Aryan wife, basically, blonde hair, blue eyes, all that. I'm kind of thinking that he's gonna come out and basically people are gonna be like, "Are you mixed races?"
I thought you were having a girl.
No, we're having a boy. Where the fuck have you been?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Did you take cold medicine too?
No, he's just been drinking. No, like I wonder what he's gonna look like, because that's only 1/4 black. I wonder if that's really even gonna show through it all.
But see, there's also the possibility he can come out black as fuck, too.
He could,
man. And you never know, because so my stepdad's nephew, he'd only be.
Y'all are gonna look like you adopt some baby.
No, well, no, but he's
Oh, whose baby are you taking care of? My own, motherfucker.
So, what would he be? Oh no, never mind. He is more than half. I forget what I said. I would say he's only 1/4, but he looks 100%. But I made all of that up.
He's gonna come out looking like that picture I showed you with the boyfriend's not unlocked yet. They're just like shaded out.
Oh yeah. God damn, those dudes were dark.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah, the like Super Smash Bros. This character's not yet unlocked.
Yeah. It's all dark.
Those were fucking dark.
Well, I sent you that picture the other day of it looks like an amateur porn video or whatever.
What?
That with the black guy in the background who basically blended into the headboard. I didn't say that. Shit, that was funny as hell. Anyway, now that you don't know what I'm talking about.
But just keep talking. I forgot would you, Steve, with that chick you asked me about.
What chick did I ask you about?
The gymnast, remember?
Oh, Michaela. What's her name?
I'm sure it'll.
Like second place, like pouty face at the Olympics. Michaela Maroney, that's her name.
Is it the one where it was like, where she's like,
yeah, the whole I'm disappointed face. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
She's 18 as of like December 5th or something.
good Lord, Luke.
Look, all right, it was a Twitter post.
Good Lord.
And also, like, there was an Imgur post, and I don't care if people say it's...
Next Olympian that, or any Olympian that you know when they turn 18.
Oh, I don't.
Name any of them. None, zero. Yeah, me neither.
I know because of the fact I started looking at her ass because her ass is fine as shit, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't
Who's
guilty
that
for
one
it.
pole vaulter that's like...
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
The, like, Brazilian one or whatever?
No, you're talking about the white chick with black hair?
That's descriptive.
No.
Allison something or other, I think.
No, there's memes about her ass.
You sure she's not white?
Not with an ass like that, girl.
Allison Stokely, I think is her name.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking
I don't
about?
think she's white, though.
But she has black hair, right?
Yeah.
Where's that picture Luke showed me?
Descriptive as fuck.
Dude, just look up her Instagram. It's on there.
No, I am on it.
Oh, wait. Are you just looking for the gray pants one or like the dual black pants one?
The dual black pants.
No, here's the thing, though, is that actually if you go to her Instagram, she knows exactly what she is doing because there are pictures of her ass all over there and she's taking them. Like, it's not even like people are being pervy or something, taking snap pics of her or whatever.
Well, like your Instagram.
Yeah, sure. I don't even have one.
What?
I'm legit. I
With
don't
an
have.
ass like that, you don't have an Instagram.
Nah, girl, you gotta pay for that. I ain't giving that for free.
Keep talking, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm distracted
I know,
by
seriously,
that
let's
ass.
Show a picture of an ass and like.
Well, no, this is not any ordinary ass. This is a very fine gymnastic ass.
How long ago was that
There you
picture
go.
taken at the gymnastics? The one with her face, like.
Well, that was 2012 Olympics, so she was 16 then. Yeah, you'd smash the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Now
I didn't know it was her when Luke showed me, and I literally said yes. He was like, "Would you?" I was like, "Yes, as long as she's 18."
See,
And Luke
see,
was like,
that's
"She
why
is."
it's important.
Who'd you try catching me with the other day? There was some actress. You were like, "Would you?" And I was like, "Yep." When she turns 18.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
probably
who was it?
the chick from fucking?
Oh no, Game of Thrones, the redheaded chick, the oldest daughter who's like still. alive in the show.
it starts with an S, I think. Sandra or
Sophie Turner.
Oh yeah.
That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to bust Steve. I was like, "Would you?" He was like, "Yep." When she's 18.
what about Chloe? What's her face? The girl from Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
No,
When
I
she
don't think so.
hits, I think she's gonna be pretty damn good looking when she hits 18.
I'll wait and see. I don't think
Yeah.
so.
When she hits 18. Not
Although-
now though.
Although in Alaska 16 is legal, but still on the internet 18 is legal. Which
All right,
is
so
really
far
weird.
this episode has turned into a would you?
Would you?
Would you in the back
all
of the
these underage women?
Would you in the back of the bus with the
girls.
Jane Fonda?
What?
What?
Jane Fonda.
Which one is that one? Is that the lesbian one?
I don't fucking know.
Jane
Leah, there's one
Fonda's
here.
not a lesbian.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't
Pretty
even know.
sure.
You're
Anyways, hold on.
Looks like a lesbian, smells like a lesbian, is a
That's
lesbian.
the chick you were talking about, right?
Yep.
Yep. Allison Stokey.
White girl with black hair, right?
Yeah.
What'd you Google?
Armenian or some
White
shit.
girl with black hair,
No,
ass.
it's Allison Stokke.
Stokey.
KKKE.
No, just 2 Ks.
God, she hates
must
black
be
people.
white.
But see, how did I?
How did you know that?
That's such a dude thing, right? That hurdler chick or whatever he said, and I was like, oh,
Pole vaulter, yeah.
yeah. Anyways,
Well, I mean, not really, because let's be honest here. We won't ever know these women. So there's only very specific things about them that will help us recall their physical appearance. Like, we'll associate something that we know them for doing. That pole vaulter chick, that's really hot. And you're like, oh, okay, how many of those have I seen? And not to discredit
Pole vaulters with nice asses have you looked at?
yeah, that's true. Because think about it, because Luke has music on in the background. Like Nicki Minaj, you'll be like, that black chick with the weird hair and the big ass.
No, you just need to say that
Nicki Minaj.
crazy ass black chick
Well, no,
who's famous.
Because that could be Macy Gray.
She was just drunk though. Nicki Minaj is legitimately like somewhat insane in her music videos, at least.
Whitney Houston.
She just got beat.
How was she?
She was crazy.
Crazy on cocaine, but
everybody's crazy on cocaine.
You guys remember that interview she was in where that drug dealer said she spent whatever hundreds of thousands, and she was like, "Show me the receipts." What fucking?
Well, no, that's got a point though. Bill of sale for 1 kilo of cocaine.
Well, yeah, there's no receipt.
Tax purposes.
Steve, when you used to run drugs between here and Mexico, did you have a manifesto? Not a manifesto.
By the way, when we say run drugs,
he didn't do it right.
He didn't actually just drive them. He literally ran them. He couldn't afford a ar.
Fucking racist bastards.
No, what
is it factual?
One of you guys were taking Sterling's side.
What? You were the one doing that.
Off mic. Fucking love down. Sterling's such a hero.
He's what I want to be when I grow up.
Oh,
you want to be a fat Jewish white guy? Yes.
My idol.
I don't think you could accomplish that. I'm going to try.
He seems like the quiet type.
But no, once Steve got a little bit of money, he actually used those Parawing things with the like parachute and like the lawnmower engine, the wing.
It's got to be a lawnmower engine.
No, man.
No, because that's what they are. You know what I'm talking about?
Before that, though, he went full on Greek and just was Kid Icarus. Just tried to flap his way to Mexico.
Well, no, that was like I told.
Get some albatross feathers.
Well, no, that was like I told Steve. I was like, you could just lie to people, tell them you're Italian, they'll believe you. And then like you did it with Dave's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was like,
actually, yeah, no, you could seriously pass for Italian.
See, I told you, you could just lie to people. No, I'm not Mexican.
Why am I bothered by that?
Because you're not Italian. That's why. It's like the same way. I have zero problem with people from Samoa or anything like that. But when people say, "Hey, you look Samoan," I'm like, "The fuck you mean by that?" Granted, they only mean that I look Samoan. I understand why I look like I'm Samoan because I don't really look like I'm black.
Yeah. Well, you don't have like the curly pubes on your face. They're a little bit straighter and stringy.
I know. I kind of have like a fucking like Egyptian pharaoh beard going on.
This has to be a non-white thing because a joke I always try to come up with is like, it's like you try and tell different. Like you tell a Puerto Rican dude he looks Dominican, he's gonna fucking lose his shit. If you're like, "Oh, Hunter, you look like you're Scottish," I'm fucking Irish, dick.
Well, actually, no. That is a thing, though, because Irish do not like to be called Scots, and Scots don't like to be called Irish.
But people actually from there,
and nobody likes to be called Welsh.
But no, but those people are from that country. We're all fucking American. I don't give a shit where you think I'm from. I'm white and American.
Right, but it's your actual what your passport says has very little to do with your genealogy.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is Steve's like, "Why does it bother me?" And I was like, "What the? You're not Italian or Mexican, Steve. You're fucking American. Who gives a shit?"
Well, you are part, Caucasian, because a lot of Hispanics became intermingled with Caucasians.
Well, no, but he's part white. Besides that, anyways.
Yeah, I'm like Dutch, Mexican, and Spanish.
Spanish or like
Spanish?
Okay, Spain.
España.
Speaking of foreign countries. You guys catch any of this drama around the whole World Cup?
No, what's going on?
No, I don't watch gay porn.
Fair enough.
Anymore?
Apparently,
since 10 minutes ago, like new decision.
I'm done now. Maybe when I feel the urge again.
He was like, "I set a cutoff here. I've watched everything made from the beginning to 1983. I'm done. I don't need any more gay porn."
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Old gay porn.
At first there was nothing. Then God made homos and it was good.
Vintage gay porn.
And on the 8th day he heard
No, what's interesting is all the
too sexy for my life.
It's all the porn stars that Hunter knows started out in gay porn. That's an interesting topic.
That is true. All female gay porn though. Boom.
The only porn star that I know of before they became a porn star was the Red Ranger, the original Red Power Ranger. I guess he's in gay porn now. That's what I've heard.
What? Really?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
Don't fucking do that, dude.
Don't fucking do what?
Don't do that. Don't ruin that shit.
Dude, it's already been ruined. And also, the White Ranger's a fucking racist asshole.
What's his name? Is Jason?
Yeah, Jason something or other.
Jason can't be taking loads to the throat.
No, he doesn't. He's a giver, not a receiver.
Yeah, raise the top.
The White Ranger is not an asshole.
Wait, who's the White Ranger?
Tommy.
Duh, the Green Ranger.
Well, I remember the green one.
Turned white.
He became the White Ranger.
He's now an MMA fighter.
Yeah, I knew.
And I'm pretty sure he's a racist asshole, but that's beside the point because he's allowed to be because he's not an owner of black people.
That you know
yoked
of.
up all like crazy now, though.
Yeah, He's also apparently like super religious too. I guess I don't know.
Oh, that would explain why he's an asshole.
These views do not necessarily.
Yeah, they do.
Reflect.
Anyone outside of these 3 people,
or good taste.
Maybe somebody, but it's definitely part of this podcast. But no, what was the only male porn star? Oh, that's not true. I know 2. I know. Well, you guys.
Wait, I can count them on both hands.
Peter North.
Yeah.
Right.
He did gay porn.
No, I'm saying that's a male dude's name. I know.
And Ron Jeremy, obviously.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And then there's Nacho Vidal.
Okay, that's true. I know that one.
What the fuck is going on right now?
No, I was thinking of, John Holmes is, right?
Yeah.
The dude who died from AIDS.
Well, and then who's that guy that fucked the Octomom?
Oh, I don't know.
Apparently the Octomom released like a porn tape, like a homemade sex tape. It was apparently pretty high production quality, but it was some famous guy that apparently fucks really well. I don't know.
Huh.
And he was in gay porn?
I don't know. I don't think we actually are limiting people here to gay porn. Actually,
all the dudes we know. Oh, actually, Peter North did do gay porn.
It's gonna be awesome if your wife walks in and we're like, "Go gay porn."
Whatever. She'll just be like, "Fucking, you guys are weird." So speaking about gay porn, actually, so a guy that used to work with me back when I was in the other department, he actually is doing that now.
So
Does he still work there?
No.
Damn.
What do you mean by doing it? He's in it. He's making it, or
he is a actor, quote unquote.
Actor.
Huh.
He is gay actually naturally. He's not gay for pay.
I think.
Well, he does gay things for pay, but he also does them for not pay.
Was he cute?
You know, if I was gay, I would probably go for a guy like that because he was very small.
He was
smaller than you.
Like Greg.
No, much smaller than Greg. He was a very tiny.
Was he related to somebody else that we know?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Perfect timing.
I was gonna say, I think I know who you're talking about.
And my wife has arrived.
So, gay porn.
And I didn't clean anything out of the house. I just realized that. At least I took the trash out.
Oh, you just.
And I'm pretty sure your pizza's here, so you can wipe that face off your face. There you go.
Wipe the face off your face.
There's also a thing for you in that bag there. Yes, that bag.
Dick in a box.
It's no. God, that bag is on the other side of the room.
Well, you are black.
I'm not. I have a special channel that routes under my chair up to the other side of the room.
You never know, man.
This is true.
What the hell were we talking about?
I don't. Oh, we're talking about.
I said it was the perfect.
So you
just walked in as you were talking about a guy you would like to both.
No, he said
if I was gay, he would probably be the type.
If I was gay, that doesn't work.
Well, here's the problem: is that I could say that he is an attractive male. However, the idea of putting my penis in another butt with a penis flopping around is not my idea of a good time.
But if you were to do it, he would be the one.
Yes.
Wait, who would be the one? The person?
You know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, that's like I asked Steve the other day. I was like, what if I really...
He's going to text you like a week from now or whatever with his post. Luke. So what's up, Luke?
No, I doubt that he listens to any of this.
Well, no, because the person he's related to has listened to some of these.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, well... Whoops.
Awkward.
But what the hell was that?
Actually, no, I'm pretty sure I told him that one time so a couple of years ago, I got like super fucking sick. Like I couldn't actually get up from the couch for like 2 weeks without starting to cough so hard I'd throw up.
So you thought you were dying, so you figured you'd profess?
No, I was basically delirious. And I actually said, like, he was just being a friend, brought over some pizza, and I said, hey.
He was trying to get that dick.
No, I said,
Luke's too physically weak to stop me from blowing him.
I said, if I was gay, you'd be the kind of guy I go after. I remember saying this.
Well, no, that brings up the other day. I said to Steve, what would you do if I really was gay? And he was like, it would make really weird when I said, if I went gay, I'd go with you.
We're like, well, surprise.
I didn't say that. I said, if I went gay, I'd go with a dude like you. Because
that's right.
You'd be a good transition from being with a female to a guy because you're built like a woman.
Let's be real. Hunter isn't that feminine.
No, but he was just
built like a woman.
He was just insulting me, but that's what I said the same thing to him. I said, well, you have tits, so it'd be an easy transition.
They are kind of angry, though. We got some angry boobies, dude.
Angry boobies?
Yeah.
What Steve are angry boobies?
They're all like fierce and solid.
A bench press every now and then usually helps that.
That's You're like the Mac of our office. You just work out your glamour muscles.
What?
You've never seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh God, I hate that show.
You do?
I don't know why, because I recognize that it should be funny. Just something about it. I think it's Danny DeVito. I just don't like it.
That's fine because I don't hate it.
He was cool in Twins, but
call back. No, I don't hate it, but I just can't get into South Park.
And
I
enjoy South Park from time to time, especially like that episode fucking where the cable company and investigative murder porn. Have you not seen that one?
I never watched
Well, no, here's the thing. Every time somebody shows me a clip, it's like funny, but when I sit down to like try and watch whole episodes, I just can't get into it. I'm like,
I would say at least watch the investigative murder porn episode, just because there's a part where they're talking to the cable companies, and it's literally probably the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. Like, it has, regardless of South Park, it is just fucking hilarious.
Well, I did watch a clip where like one of the teachers keisters Paris Hilton. Like he jumps up and like spreads his legs.
Oh, that's not a teacher. That's Mr. Slave.
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
I think the only episode I saw full on was the one where they were able to say shit finally.
Oh yeah, and then they summon the great demon.
I saw that. Right, they say it 666 times. Right?
No, I think it's like 174 or something. It's not. It's actually not. Oh, I don't think it goes over 200.
Huh? But either way, they say it a bunch and they summon the shit demon, right? But
how much longer we got?
16 minutes.
T-minus 16.
Should we get to anything we actually wrote down?
Oh, the blind thing.
Yeah. Actually, I want to hear this story.
The blind thing.
What the hell were we talking about? That
Celiac.
we talked about this?
Yeah, we were talking about gluten-free and stuff like that.
I don't know if I can do this now with
Your wife might hear me talking shit.
I don't want to get
it's
slapped.
fine. I don't think the gluten thing is a real thing.
Why not?
Don't. If this isn't, what happens if she eats shit with gluten in it?
Okay. Well, basically, actually, what she has is celiac, which is an autoimmune deficiency. So when she starts to digest the autoimmune disorder. But when she starts to attempt to digest the protein that is gluten, which is contained in wheat, barley, and rye, it causes her body to start to attack itself instead of being able to digest it normally.
So you eat a certain thing and it attacks the body rather than the food.
It doesn't. It's not like, usually there's cells that just break down protein.
Right.
Instead, it causes white cells to attack your own cells. So your body's just tearing itself apart, basically. And so it slows down her digestive system. It slows down her mental response, and just makes her feel like she is in a head fog for like 3 or 4 days after eating it.
Luke, repeat what she's saying.
Okay, she says she can get a migraine for an entire week after eating this food.
My stomach will actually hurt for an entire week as well.
But have you always been like this since you were a kid?
Nope. I was just diagnosed, 3 years ago?
But see, that's about the time all this shit started happening, though. Like, all this gluten stuff came about.
Actually, it's been around for quite some time. What they've actually found,
became like a fad.
Well, right. No, and I will get to that.
No, but
there's two separate things here.
Right.
The thing is, celiac is a legitimate thing that they can test you for and see if you actually have the protein to be able to, or not the protein, but the gene to be able to actually digest it. And the thing is that they've discovered that when traumatic incidences happen, because she had digestive issues and some problems that they weren't really able to figure out before, but then she actually got in a car accident. And after that, things just got horribly worse. And she went to a GI doctor, and first he was just like, I have Crohn's, just be careful. And she was like, no. So then we went to a different one, and he diagnosed her with celiac. And so she cut out gluten, and things just instantly improved. Yeah, like it's a very obvious thing to see.
Well, then see, in that situation, I'll say I believe that one. But everyone else who's like,
don't be a pussy.
No. With an actual like medical issue, that sounds fine. You know, that sounds believable.
The thing you're talking about is the
gluten intolerance.
I can't eat gluten. I'm on a diet or some shit like that.
But that's just like Atkins diet. And in all honesty, I understand what you're saying, that it's bullshit. And it kind of is, because let's be real here. if it's a normal human body, it can pretty much digest pretty much anything you fucking throw at it. But the reason why I am okay with it is that it became a fad. Is it means that her and I can go out to places to eat, and there's a lot more gluten-free options nowadays. And it's like when she first got diagnosed with it, we could go to like 3 places to eat dinner if we were going out, or she would have to order a very specific type of food or something like that. Now we can go, like, even Red Robin has gluten-free buns now.
Right,
like,
and that's what I'm saying. It's fucking everywhere. But my thing is, like, I understand her situation. I wouldn't understand if you started going, "Oh, I'm gluten-free."
I'm going gluten-free.
Like, I can't
well,
eat gluten.
Here's the thing, though, is there's actually a type of diet that is gluten-free, but it's not specifically to cut out gluten. It's the paleo diet.
Yeah.
Where you basically cut out all processed foods.
Yeah. Oh, Steve's all about the paleo
No.
and CrossFit.
And actually, there's a guy in the other department across the way who between that and working out, he's lost like probably 50 or 60 pounds. Dude is fucking just losing weight, just mad weight.
I mean, it doesn't matter what diet you do; it's the calories in thing. You know,
well, no, he's still eating the same amount of calories.
The great thing about the paleo diet is you don't have to count your calories. You can eat whatever the fuck you want as long as
it's within those guidelines.
And you lose weight still.
No.
It's because it changes. Basically, once you cut out processed stuff, you actually cut out a lot of carbs, and you change the way that your body starts to process energy. So instead of first trying to process carbohydrates and then go to fats, it will actually instead start processing fats and then go to carbs.
I've read a lot about this shit too, and there's a lot of arguments against it too. But
I mean,
all it is like if you eat nothing but pizza and McDonald's all the time, and then you go to any diet, it's gonna work.
Well, you know, right, and that is true. But even so,
kind of the people's argument for because if you talk to a lot of people who about any diet, they say realistically you should be eating meat. They say that's why people who go to like vegan do get healthier because they were eating so shitty before that just go into any diet that's not like
and I do understand. I mean, like if say an athlete all of a sudden went to like, I don't think switching to a different diet when you're already like in really good shape and already eating healthy will do a whole lot for you.
No. It depends on what you want.
I was going to say the only thing I've heard about like gluten, kind of what Steve's talking about, is I have heard interviews with MMA guys who cut gluten out because they said it creates like a small inflammatory response. So they cut it out so they can heal essentially quicker. But then I've also heard other dudes who are just saying, no, medical. They say they eat less carbs, because they're trying to maintain a weight for like a weight class. But they say ultimately it's not a big deal.
Oh, yeah, medical issues like what your wife's got, fine.
Well, carbs and gluten aren't the same thing, though. Just so you know, you can still get lots of carbs without eating gluten.
Did I say carbs?
Yeah,
I meant gluten.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the fat of the gluten thing,
right? And I do understand that. I mean, it's gonna
can't eat gluten.
It's gonna fade after a while, but again, I'm totally okay with it being around.
But anyway,
my knee was hurting today, so I need to stop eating gluten.
No, it hurts because you're a pussy.
Well, we can go on the all semen diet.
Okay. Hold on. Backing up a bit, Steve, younger brother.
Semen seafood diet.
The all semen seafood.
The most ridiculous argument I've ever heard proposed.
No, it's not mine.
No. I understand, but even so. What? Explain.
My doesn't believe in blind people, and it's not a joke.
But hold on, before you go to that, how is that related to what you're saying about gluten?
Well, no, because I was saying that I don't.
He doesn't believe in gluten-free.
Gluten-free,
which we just
I don't think it's
argued.
A real thing.
We just made him believe in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, could there be another possibility, or could there be something else? Is there a pill to pop and you'd be fine? Or?
Well, hopefully, they're looking on ways, just like lactose intolerance. Like that's actually part of the problem is with lactose intolerance, people can't digest lactate.
Right.
So, but there are pills that will allow you to do that.
Right.
And my brother, who has cystic fibrosis, he can't digest fat because his pancreas just doesn't work.
Right.
So he takes synthesized pig enzymes actually when he eats in capsules, and he's able to digest fats. So eventually there will probably be a gluten pill that you can take with food and be able to actually digest gluten.
But going with it though, my brother doesn't believe blind people are real.
But like, see, I like that sentence in and of itself, just in like its own little ecosystem, because it's like Man, I don't believe in the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus and blind people.
You know what? Normally, I don't really like title the episodes, but this one might be called "My Brother Doesn't Believe in Blind People."
No, you should just say blind people are fake.
No, like we'll see one on the street or something, right? And they're walking.
Was your brother walk up and test him?
No, he gets all pissed off. Like, no, we'll be driving. He'll be like, "That's bullshit."
Really?
Because like he used to take the bus to school, right? And so in where we used to live, there's a pretty decent community of blind people there, and so he's talking about the guys that like walk on the street. I think there's like a school or something where we're
like, where do you live where there's a decent population of blind people?
Know, but it's like
do they congregate in an area?
He's talking like you see them on the street, right? Or like you would go to the bus station and they're walking around with a stick, you know, and they're actually going somewhere. Like they're getting around like just as good as you and I. And he's like, that's bullshit. They're not actually blind. He's like, there's no fucking way. There's no way they can do that. There's no way they know, like, oh, there's somebody right there.
Oh, that's why?
Would he submit himself to sensory deprivation? Because they've done studies and tests where, like, people that are self-inflicted blind, where they just put, like, blindfolds on or whatever for, like, a week, they start to learn how to do that. At first, it's super jarring.
Well, right. Isn't that they say they almost, like...
Their other senses compensate.
Like, they get better at almost, like, memorizing. They know, like, this
how many
is,
steps.
like... Yeah. I thought the reason you were gonna say it's bullshit is because like there's people who are clinically blind. Because I had a sub, I still remember this, in like junior high, who was
legally blind.
Yeah, legally blind, right? So when he was reading something, he literally put the book like an inch from his face and have to like tilt his eyes. But the fucked up part was he drove there. He was like,
what?
He's like, I can see large shapes. I'm like,
what the
what? Yeah. Okay, that's scary. That is legitimately scary.
No, my brother doesn't think people can't see.
So
like they either can see a little bit, and they just use the thing to help them.
So basically, it's not so much that your brother thinks that they're lying. He doesn't understand that.
No, he thinks they're lying. He thinks that they can still see. And now that he's older and he understands shit, he thinks they can still see for like other reasons. Like they're getting money for it or something. Like he doesn't think people can be blind, walk around the street with a stick and get around. He doesn't believe it. He thinks they're fake. And he gets upset about it.
I'm getting upset about your brother. Like
I am too, because he has a kid now, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, he's what's wrong with the world. I'm just gonna say that.
I think the idea blows his mind so much that somebody can do that.
How? Why?
Well,
has he seen
like,
the Paralympics?
For me, like, man, I was in my apartment for what, 2 years, and lights off, I'd still bump into shit.
Right, but that's because.
But you're telling me a blind person's like fucking sonar, like they know where shit's at.
Well,
that's what he's thinking. Like,
because
no, that's not possible.
You don't pay attention to where shit is. You lose stuff. You lose your phone. You lose your keys.
These fuckers walking on the streets.
Your anal virginity.
Right, I know, but that's because of the fact they go one place. They always put the thing in the same place. That's the only way they can deal with it. They can't just find things.
But no, see, that's the thing that would trip him out is like he's at a bus station. So these people are going from like their house, walking to the bus stop, getting on the bus, going to the bus station, getting off, getting. Okay, it's a circle. That's what it was. It used to trip him out. It's a circle, right? It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way around this bus stop. How do they know which one they're fucking going to?
Oh, because as I say, that's the hard part. They got to like memorize. I'm in the 5th seat. I get on this bus. I go 3 stops. I walk 1 stop down. And
well, part of it might be, I know buses are actually pretty friendly to the disabled. So they might sit towards the front and just have the driver tell them when they get there.
But when they get off the bus, see, and
I think they do that now. I think they announce like in bigger cities.
He started forming this opinion when he was a kid. So when he was taking the bus, so he'd see a person get off the bus at stop number 2 in this circle, and they'd walk over to number 6. And to him, he's like, "How the fuck do they know that one's number 6?"
Because they had to figure that out on their own, or they had somebody show them.
So then, wait a second. I disagree with him too. By the way, so if this bus happens to accidentally, or like somebody's broken down in number 2, pulled to number 3, they're gonna go to number 7 accidentally. End up in
most likely.
See, yeah. But to him, he's just like, no, there's no way they went to 6 and didn't know that they were going there.
So speaking of that, if you guys had to be like blind or deaf. See, that's the thing. It seems so terrible to be blind, but imagine like never hearing music again.
I could live with it.
You could?
Yeah. That's the thing, is that sound definitely gives you a feeling, definitely can give you emotion, but you can at least still feel vibration, so you can feel something. Like, so that won't go away. But if you can't see things, because
yeah,
to be
if
honest
you can't
here,
see things, you get that sonar ability.
Fucking Daredevil.
Fuck that. No, I changed my answer. I want to be blind.
Well, no, Steve, you could bang whatever without a guilty conscience now.
I do that anyway.
You wouldn't. No, I'm talking about dudes. You wouldn't feel bad anymore.
What?
Like pretending not to be gay. You'd be like, I didn't know. I felt something warm with my penis. And
that was a goat. Whatever.
So if I was blind, then I wouldn't feel guilty about Greg.
You just grab onto that fro.
He's not gonna appreciate any of this if he hears it.
He's just gonna let this dude. What the fuck?
Well, I don't know how many times he's called in just to like have me close the ticket out, and then like I answer the phone, and he's like, "Hey, this is Greg," and I'm like,
That soft, sultry voice.
And he just starts laughing.
Yeah.
821.
Yeah, no, I'd be on the phone with him too, and I could tell like he's talking to you because you'll say, "All right, I love you, bye," and he'll be like, "Bye, sir."
I love him. What can I say?
No, I don't know. Like, I really do think that when you have all of your senses, the one that would be the hardest to lose would be vision. You could deal with being deaf. Like, it would be rough, but you'd learn how to read lips, and you'd still...
I don't think I could go without the sense of touch.
How would you lose that, though? I don't know if that's one that you could...
shit that you'd probably damage in a car accident.
Well, right, but you damage some nerves. But if you lose the complete sense of touch...
a car accident, got gluten problems.
Fuck you, Steve. That's not even close.
You could lose your touch.
By the way, like, lamest superpower ever from an accident. I just want to say that.
What's your superpower? I can't digest some foods.
Yeah.
I gotta go gluten free.
I got no
girl.
Yeah.
No,
your wife just got a superpower.
No, but there's people
awesome.
like
there's people like that. Like I've seen shit on like people who they say they're allergic to sunlight. Like they get a little bit of light on them, they instantly get like 2nd-degree burns, like within like seconds or minutes. You know.
Well, right, but that's not the same thing that Steve's talking about. Steve's talking about literally your entire body. You can't feel anything.
But
anymore.
I brought it up because I don't think it's not. They do have some sense of touch, right? But they don't have like a sense of pain. It's this.
Oh, that's the damaged nerve end. Like I know there's a couple. I've read stories of kids that have that.
Right.
And like so they'll touch a stove and they'll start burning the shit out of their hand, and they won't know it.
Right. The story I saw an interview with this kid, and he was saying about the way he knew he had it, but no, he didn't. He was really little, and they were kind of trying to figure out he was always getting hurt. And the way they finally figured it out was like he was closing like a sliding glass door, and he almost cut his big toe off, and he didn't know. The only reason because he could feel it was wet from the blood, and he looked down and was like,
"No, that's."
We determined you have the worst accident superpower. Yeah.
Yeah, like
As she eats a gluten-free pizza. She says she misses wheat.
Really?
And that's not Will Wheaton.
Wheaton.
Wheat. Cool whip.
Anyways, we did get to the time.
Genitals were flashing.
Blink, 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 blink.
That's because I was excited to be on you, Steve.
Didn't you know it's like Rudolph? It's boop. Oh, God, your sleigh.
And Pinocchio.
Pinocchio would be the worst lawyer ever. Like... He couldn't do it. I mean, he'd be a great prosecutor, but for a defense lawyer, he'd be fucking awful. Well, actually,
he's thought about this.
No.
Hold on,
now that I think about it,
with this,
he wouldn't really be the worst lawyer ever, because actually, defense lawyers generally they don't want if their client is guilty, they don't want their client to tell them that. They're just going to always operate off the premise that the client is innocent or some reduced sentence
true.
Or
they
something.
Always say, "Don't tell me."
Yeah, don't tell me if you're actually guilty, but here's how we're going to do this.
I object.
Steve, did you fuck that goat when you were blind?
So
don't
I guess
tell me.
Pinocchio would probably make the best defense lawyer ever because you'd know if he was lying or not.
Oh, so the jury would just be like, he's got to be telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to rescind my previous statement and say Pinocchio is the best lawyer. Because fucking you'd be like, Pinocchio would be a terrible motivational speaker. You have potential. Like, you saw that commercial, right?
Yeah. Isn't that guy code?
You have potential. You have fucking. And also, he would probably like if he ever had a bad one night stand, like if she was trying to dirty talk with him, he just fucking would make things terrible or great, depending upon how many orifices she wanted penetrated.
Oh, speaking of one night stands, Smokey, you guys ever watch Louis C.K.?
Yeah,
his TV show.
I haven't seen that. No.
Well, this season he does some with the Pinocchio going down on a chick. It's no, but it's a guy telling him the joke wrong, and the dude just starts laughing, and he's like, "It's funny because it's Pinocchio," and he's like, "No, the joke is she says lie to me," and the guy's like, "What are you talking about? It's funny because it's Pinocchio." Didn't I show you that clip, Steve, where he had that fake hurricane thing? He's like, "Hurricane whatever." Oh, LeBron James is dead. He was killed by hurricane. Oh, I didn't show you that. It's the opening to one of his shows. Is like LeBron James is dead. Hurricane whatever killed him at 10:22 p.m. The rest of Miami Heat is dead, and 10 million other people. But they lead with LeBron James is dead.
Sad thing is, that's probably how it would work.
Well, that would be the only part that's what he was pointing out.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is dead. Will the Miami Heat win the championship next year? Dude, 10 million people just died. I don't give a shit. Will the Miami Heat win the championship next year? What's your opinion?
Anyway.
Steve, do our outro, buddy. What do we want?
Bye. People to listen.
Votes. When do we want it? Now.
Where do we want them to listen?
Spread
Steve?
the word. looseknucklepodcast.wordpress.com. What other things do we have now? We got Stitcher, YouTube,
iTunes.
Oh, sweet. We are on
iTunes.
iTunes.
You added?
My brother was actually asking me that. He's probably going to start listening.
What's the new one you added?
Spreaker.
What?
It's some new...
That sounds like a terrible black
if
name.
You're under 18.
Come here, speaker.
No, it's like some new... It's like...
It's something that you're trying to get people to listen to.
It's just a new service that... No, they actually emailed me and said, like, join us. And just, it's a It's kind of like Stitcher, but it's also built to, like... If you wanted a live podcast, like, do it through their website.
Huh.
But we're not doing that, obviously.
Yeah.
But anyways, check out the website. Tell somebody.
Whoop, whoop.